summarizing Season 2 of The Wheel of Time in 8 minutes or less. 3, 2, 1, go. First up, we have a powerless Moiraine in Arafel struggling to cope with her inability to channel and generally taking out her frustrations on Lan. Meanwhile, Rand is coping with his impending madness by working in a madhouse in Cairhien. Smart. And you know the job doesn't pay very well because he's having to subsidise his rent by providing sexual favours to his landlady. Beware opening a community chest when playing Wheel of Time Monopoly. After ditching his friends in Season 1, Mat, apparently returned to Tar Valon, was immediately apprehended by the Red Ajah and is currently being held prisoner in the White Tower. Little does he know that Egwene and Nynaeve are just down the hall training to become Aes Sedai, with varying degrees of success. And Perrin is hunting down Padan Fain with the Shienarans after the peddler stole the Horn of Valyr at the end of Season 1. For the first couple of episodes, most of these threads in the pattern continue on their own path. Rand assaults one of his colleagues and instead of being called up by HR, is promoted to caring for the former false dragon Logain. He wants to learn how to control Saidin and Logain wants some wine, so Rand and his landlady, who's totally not evil, gatecrash a posh party, talk to Lindsay Duncan for a bit and steal the wine. Egwene befriends a new novice called Elaine, who just so happens to be the daughter heir of one of the largest kingdoms on the map, whilst Nynaeve completes a series of emotionally traumatizing tests to become an accepted. Meanwhile, Mat is doing his best Andy Dufresne impression and trying to tunnel out of his cell, but instead of Rita Hayworth, he finds Min instead. Perrin and co team up with a sniffer called Elias to help track Fain, but their quest is cut short by the arrival of the Seanchan, nail-clipper-hating invaders from a foreign land with the power to enslave channelers and collectively make book readers gasp. After learning about a mysterious poem, Moiraine runs off to Cairhien, leaving Lan to fourth wheel Alana and her warders. Perrin is freed from the Seanchan by Ashamael for some reason and teams up with Elias. Meanwhile, Mat is freed by Liandrin on the instructions of Ashamael for some reason, and teams up with Min. Back to Rand, who after finding out Logain was just trolling about the wine, vents his frustrations by having hot sex with his landlady, who's totally not evil. Such hot sex, in fact, it burns down the whole Airbnb and the two decide to ditch town before the insurance company can investigate their claim. Nynaeve and Egwene learn of Perrin's imprisonment by the Seanchan and attempt to leave the tower, unknowingly followed by Elaine, but then all three are ambushed by Liandrin and knocked out. Moiraine meets up with Lindsay Duncan, who turns out to be her younger sister Arnvyr, and is forced to drink tea to discover Rand's whereabouts. Luckily, when Moiraine was a novice at the tower, she was tea-chugging champion 3 years in a row, and learns where Rand is just in time to cock-block him before anyone messes with his Dark One's taint. Turns out the landlady was evil this whole time. Who would have guessed?